What is going on, Wolfpack Nation? It's the Wolf. Today's July 7th, 2022, and this is week 27 trade recaps. We got into a little bit of a battle this week, honestly. 4 green days, and Friday was a red day. We ended a 13-day green streak on Friday, getting a little front-side aggressive on Mara. M-A-R-A is a BTC sympathy play, but honestly, it's not really about the streaks. It's about showing up to work every day, looking to get 1% better. It's about grinding against these high-frequency trading algos, and it's just about achieving that financial freedom that you're looking for. We want to get a little bit better every single day. We want to grow this community. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into this beast. First off, all the charts you see today were executed via CenterPoint Securities, premium tools for sophisticated traders. Let me ask you, are you using a direct market access broker to grow your business? If not, please scroll down, check out that link below. It's promo code WOLFPAC. Here we have MTEK. This was on Tuesday. Remember, Monday was July 4th, Independence Day for the USA, and that's a federal holiday. Markets and banks are closed. So this is a 4.5 million float technology name, and there's only 9 employees on this company. And last week, somebody made a comment, "Hey, Wolf, these assets that you're showing us are trash." And I agree. Some of these companies are trash, and that's why we're short bias on these names. We like to monitor rooms and pumpers that push this trash up. Then we use leading data and analyze potential reversal points, and we short the shit out of it. That's our strategy. We like to see emotional moves into resistance, and we watch for reversal tape. And here you can see we're starting to get a little bit of short risk on. Right after the bell, we're starting to see some pressure in the 190s. We noticed a 190 player here. We posted at 10:06 in the order flow room in real time, and that's what we use to get a little bit more size on. And we're just looking for the pull. We're looking for short-term support to get in and get out. Again, we're not married to these stocks. We're just trying to scrape together a little bit of cheddar. So then the stock comes back up, and I noticed some action on the tape here, some soaking, some algo flashing, and I made a comment you can see here at 10:19, which is this candle. I said this algo needs more to trim out. It's trying to trap emotional supply, and in my opinion, it felt like it wasn't ready to dump yet. It needed more passive liquidity to trim off its core. And I said, don't be a sheep. Don't slam lows here, and we didn't. We reversed that. We trimmed off, and it shot back up, pre-market highs, and high day wick back, and we got back on, and then we just trimmed this one out. And you can see these are the notes from the room. So that was MTEK. Next, this is on Wednesday. We have KZIA. KZIA wasn't a big mover. I wasn't impressed with the range on it. It's a 10 million float healthcare asset, so nothing special. But we just saw some wicking and some pressure in pre-market, and I just put some risk on against these wicks. If I would have saw anything into the 5s, I probably would have added. But if this thing can hold a 505, 506 bid, I would have just took it off. And you can see here I was quick to trim, and I just unwinded it out. And that's KZIA. Next we have SIGA. So SIGA's been a pretty common name in the small cap land, low float. It's not a super low floater. It's got 35 mil, pharmaceutical name. It was easy to borrow at CenterPoint. Shout out to CenterPoint for the shares here. And really, we were just watching it. I had eyes on it for 1480. You can see here in the morning, we're just saying, we're looking at 1480s. It was easy to borrow. I don't know if it was easy to borrow at other brokers. It could have been. So when stocks are easy to borrow, there's incentive for them to push it higher. So we wanted to see a rejection, and we did here in the low 14s. You can see it kind of put a right shoulder formation together here. It was more of like a short-term soft clear out here versus 14s, and we saw an opportunity to get some risk on. So we got some on, and it dumped. We were quick to take it off, but it was a good trade. Next, we have IINN. This is a 7 million float healthcare name. This was also on Wednesday. Supply was like relatively cheap, less than 1% of the asset price, which is what we like to usually spend. It came up. I got a feeler on, didn't like it, saw some strength, took it off when it pulled back in. It came back up. Now we're into the bell. Now I'm watching for opening exhaustion. We talked about this in more detail in last week's video in week 26 trade recap. So if you're interested, go back and check that out. But, you know, we got a feeler on, then we got some more on, then we're just watching. And you can just see they pulled the bid here right at the sheep line at 240. So we took some off, maybe a quarter. And I really wanted it to come back down into this pre-market consolidation here. I wanted it to crack 2. And it didn't. So I just started trimming off. It's not cracking 2. I took some more off. It's not cracking 2. I took some more off. And then by this point, I had a tiny piece left. OCO orders, which is just like a range order. And I'm just setting my high and low risk triggers. And the upside trigger triggered right here. And we got flat 222. All right, we have ANVS. This was on Thursday. This was a very, very thin asset. It was a 5 million floater. It's a bio name, and the PR was that they had approval to initiate phase 3 trials, which is the final phase. It was super thin. I threw out some orders wide, tiny, small, and wide, right? So it's easy to borrow at CenterPoint. And when we trade easy to borrow names and we add liquidity to the market, we could trade for free. So I wanted to throw some feelers out, wide and small, and then put together an average. And again, this was a super thin product, so small. Nice little average once it pulled in here to the sheep line. So we took some off in the money, and then we're just trying to get paid. We're not really allocating too many mental resources to this name. Just as it pulls in, we're just trading out. When it pushed into the bell, we added back, trimmed it off, and then just kind of grinded. We had it on side watch all day. If it was going to hold a bid on top of the sheep line, that's where I want to put my first feeler on. And that ended up just rejecting. I would have liked to see it higher, above 16, but this is fine, and we just took it off quick. Next, we have VERU. This is a household name. I'm sure you've heard of it. If you haven't heard of VERU, then you're not trading small cap and volatility. You're not trading momentum. I mean, this thing's been in play, and, you know, it's just been trappy. What a trappy trader, trash name. But we like to compete, and nothing special about this one. Just trying to trim out before it pushes. It did. I was a little bit early to add, projecting potential lower high here. It didn't happen, so I added some more. Again, small on this name, in the money risk here. So I'm stopping some out when it pulls in. This ticker was just so choppy that you can buy weakness to exit, and that's what we did. And then we did it again here, and we're still holding like 50%. And here we're taking in the money, nice in the money profit versus short-term support. And again here, just getting flat. Here in the technical room, we posted, like, you know, algo economics. We like to track these algos on the micro charts, and we like to look to see how they react to higher term liquidity deposit areas, and that's in the technical room. Actually, let's just move over to the technical room real quick. Here's what we're talking about. These are the areas that we're looking at. We like to monitor the volume. How much volume is it printing in terms of averages? We look at consolidation averaging. Here's how stocks are reacting to these levels that we look at. And then here's USEA. We didn't go over this one, but USEA had a 840 wick, and we identified that there was some pressure there in pre-market. But if you look on the passive, if you look in the box, that they're not showing their hand. So we thought we saw a medium-sized player, a footprint, and we want to monitor that. So this was at like 9 o'clock in the morning. We're saying that, hey, when it comes back to 840, this is the area to watch. And it did. It came back hours later. I don't know what time this was, but it wasn't in pre-market. It was the next test. USEC pulled a chart up. It had several tests at 840. So we identified that in pre-market, and then these are the areas that we want to see. And you can see these same players doing the same thing, just selling that level. They're selling into the breakout buyers. Again, this is just our opinion, but that's the Wolf Trading Discord server technical room. All right, so that's VERU, again, flat at 1372. And last up, we have Levi. This was Friday. LEVI. That's Levi and Strauss. Those are the companies. This is a household name as well. They make jeans. This is a 90 million float, so it's outside the niche. And again, this company has like 16,600 employees. This is not a trash name. But on this day, we saw high relative range, which is what we like. We like assets that trade 200 to 300% their normal range. We like high volume, we like liquidity, and we like range. And you can see here, this is an opening exhaustion play. Again, I already went over the opening exhaustion play in great detail in week 26 trade recap. So if you want to go back and check that one out, we just got some on, and we trimmed it off here nicely at, like, you know, half a point. as soon as we took this target, I noticed that there was post-trim heaviness on the tape. So I didn't chase it back on, but I waited for like micro strength to lean back into, because again, we like to sell strength and buy weakness. That's generally how we like to trade. So I didn't chase it down. I waited for it to come back and got that risk back on, and then I took it out. And again, taking it out early, but that was a little bit of price improvement here to put it back and then take it back off at 1650s. If you liked our charts and are interested to learn more, come check us out on Twitter. We post multiple charts every single day, as well as our Wolf Trading Discord room. The Wolf Trading Discord server was established in early 2018, and the purpose of this channel is to build upon a community of successful and profitable traders through proper education. We post heavily into the runners room. As you can see here, this is a searchable index going all the way back to February of 2019, and it's a searchable index. We also have the Wolf Coaching room. Here we house hundreds of hours of video lessons and educational content, and we love to have you come give us a look. We're running a special. Come check us out. It's only $2.99 for lifetime access. That's right. One-time payment, $2.99 USD for lifetime access into the server. Come give us a look. We'd love to have you. You made it all the way to the end of the video. You must have really enjoyed it. We're so glad to have you on board. Please feel free to like, comment, share these videos, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's much, much more to come. Happy trading, be smart, and stay safe.